Definitely. Josh Allen has been impressive this year. Well, speaking of impressive players, which players have impressed y'all the most out of this NFL season, even those that haven't made it this far in the playoffs?
Actually, Jamar Chase, we got to give some kind of kudos to him. Yeah, everybody gonna say Barkley. Barkley's had a phenomenal season, like blew it out the water his first year as the Eagles. But Jamar Chase, he was right there. He was like 1B for real. I know he's probably not gonna win the Offensive Player of the Year over Barkley, but Jamar Chase had the most low key for missing playoffs. He had the most low key jamming season, and it's like you really had to see that. Like he was taking the tops off.
I called that when everyone was saying JJ looks better. I was saying Jamar. I called that. Just want to let y'all know that. It's crazy. And one of the guys that I actually would think that's actually had an underrated year and is actually still playing right now is Carter, the defensive lineman, Eagles. He showed me this year. Yeah, he won the orange. Yeah, for sure. He plays like big man, like real deal.
We knew the deal though. When he got drafted, we knew the deal.
Man, but yeah, for sure. Coming out of Georgia, we knew what he was on. We knew what time we were. He's on man time for sure. He's one of them guys. He's impressed me this year. Really impressed with defensive lineman, and I've really been impressed with how he played this year. He's been one of the guys that's impressed with Jamal, like you said. Joey B, Broadway Joe, he played amazing this year. It's a shame that they just couldn't win the opener against not even the Eagles, the Patriots. Yeah. They couldn't win the opener against the Patriots, and that's why they're not in the playoffs. It sucks to suck, but that's just kind of what it boils down to.
But we got to give kudos to the LSU boys. Both receivers. Neighbors,
and Thomas. Thomas is another one. Thomas does like good work.
Neighbors have been cool. Clark can't defend his people.
Well, I mean, we kind of saw what Malik Neighbors had to offer, I think another guy we was going to talk about, obviously, Daniels, how he's kind of just transcended the game a little bit, how he did his thing. I need to stop I'm just so hurt.
Right. He's like, man, he's going crazy stuff right now.
The thing is, dog, like, for real, I really did see, I wasn't expecting it. Bro really has balled out for sure.
You hooping at the Jaguars? You doing great with the Jaguars. Thomas has been. He's
amazing. I don't even know what the Jaguars are doing. So shout out to Brian Thomas. I don't even like their offense. I don't even like their offense. But the signing for the new head coach, I'm still not moved. Conor show me something. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm laughing at this for him. I'm not sure. But still, the point is, I don't know what the Jaguars are doing. So Brian Thomas is doing something right if you can stand out on the Jaguars.
All right, so speaking of the opposite end, which players have disappointed y'all this year?
Trevor Lawrence.
Off the top. Off the rip.
I chose you, bro. That was my, one-on-one. That was, and I still believe that the talent is still there, but, man, I'm talking about a terrible year and a half, last 2 years, bro. It's been crucial. And now everybody look at him, give him the side eye, like, hey, boy, it's do or die with that. You know what I mean? And they just paid him, so it's a very weird spot to be in for, bro. So, the hit this year that, got him the concussion that went viral and everything like that, was crazy. And, just been crazy things like that have been happening for him. The whole Urban Myers and even Dan Peterson couldn't fix it. And then, I got mad respect for Dan, football acumen. So it's like, Dan Peterson can't fix this. What y'all got going on? So, I don't know. I said, Dan was a Doug. I'm just, dizzy, bro. I'm cooked, bro. It's just bad, bro.
It's too bad.
It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I'm still trying to think because, I got a lot of disappointed teams with players. They own teams. I don't know how to say it. I'm telling you,
you just say
I got
you can just say your people.
I'm telling you, the Cowboys 49ers, them both having same record at the time of the season. I'm like, okay, I can see them having the same record. But that bad of a record, both of them, I'm happy and sad at the same time. If I got to go down with anybody, I'm going down with the 49ers. I got to go down with one of them. Doing that or the Eagles. But both of them teams disappointed me the most. I'm like, man, if the Cowboys win this playoff, please bring the 49ers down with me. That's all I have to say.
Speaking of the Cowboys, they did fire Mike McCarthy. What do you think the next move is for them? They actually did a good sense on too about Al Harris is joining the Bears too. So how do you feel about these moves?
Al Harris joining the Bears? That's tough.
Yeah,
good for their secondary.
We lost our special teams coach too. We lose to everybody. He was a great special teams coach.
What are we doing?
He was an amazing special teams coach too. He was very scary because Bill Johnson got signed. We're losing competition left and right. All we got left is Robert. from the Jets, and they don't want to sign him. They're going to sign some random random coach that don't deserve it, and I see it all.
It's just because they be shouting him. They like shouting him.
Nah, that ain't going to be right.
Why?
Why? I don't know, though. I don't know who we need, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a better answer for like what they're interviewing. Honestly, it's like we can't get Belichick. They're throwing up Dion. Dion ain't gonna come. He probably gonna use us as leverage, and so he can get better money in his college. What are we gonna do, dog? I'm actually at a loss for words. I really don't have a solution. I kind of just like, wow.
Trust Jerry, man.
I'm like,
that is crazy.
One day they're about to fire the GM. Just be the owner. Just be the owner.
You can't fire your GM. That's your son.
Just be the owner, man.
You can't do that.
Y'all need to just relieve our rights and be the owner. That's all. Y'all just retire. What y'all want to pay the GM? What's the deal? Maybe they love football. They love the game. But I would give up some of my responsibilities.
There's a crazy stat going around that says since 2010, every team in the NFC East has made the NFC title game.
Besides us, we have been forever. And it's funny because I can't name.
Crazy.
We ain't never.
I'm not going to lie.
I've had to live through the match for the longest shit kills me.
Boy, I'm telling you, man. Too funny.
I wasn't even in Texas at that time. It's crazy.
Too funny.
Like,
Too funny.
we're only getting more.
I don't even hate the Cowboys no more. That's like, this is a long time.
But
This is exactly what y'all deserve.
the crazy part is we might sign Mike McCarthy. That's the crazy part. There's only one team left that doesn't have a head coach. If the Saints don't pick him, he might come back on a cheaper deal because Jared, they ain't like the money, they ain't like the contract.
You're kidding me.
So
y'all could re-sign.
we can really re-sign our coach. Because that's what it looks like. Everything else is silly. Saints not true. Everything else is just silly. Ever heard?
Them firing the coach. It's like we ain't got nobody else.
Bro, it's looking bad, dog. We gonna get like an inexperienced coach. Well, we're gonna get, I want to say experienced, but we're not gonna get another like head coach caliber coach that's out there. Besides Robert. Robert is literally the only one out there.
That's insane.
And I want him. He's cool to me. Jets was just terrible. If he can come and change the organization, I feel like he's the leader. He reminds me of the Dan Campbell from the Lions. He's a leader type of coach. Like he'll go and run the bleachers like before the game. Like he had that mentality. And I think we need the mentality shift.
Wait, he will run the bleachers himself?
Yeah, like you didn't see that. Like he'd work out with the players. Like he in the field. Yeah. Like he is no tolerance. Like he actually go in. And I feel like we need more of a culture change. Scheme is cool. We can get the offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, do that. Mm-hmm. But he's a mentality guy. He might change a lot of them.
I heard they want Jerry to look more than that head coach too. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what they told me. I'm scared.
I'm scared. They gave him 2 interviews. Going virtual. I was like,
so you got the whole team as a disappointment, not even a single player, just the whole team.
The whole team. Like, bro, Michael, he'd be a good podcaster though. Just be entertaining. But he's also a top dog. I'm not even gonna say that. But Mike and CD are my shining stars, and that's who else I got? Not Diggs. Diggs hasn't impressed me.
Dang.
I mean, Osa, Tyler. I always got to shout out Tyler. Tyler. Zach Martin is about to retire. We got guys he's got to develop. We don't got a running back. Rico Dowdle has been doing really good, but he's just doing his best, dog. We need to draft a running back. We need to draft a receiver. Cooks has disappeared.
You said Zeke?
Yeah, I let Zeke go.
We let Zeke go. I joined the Chargers. He joined the Chargers.
Stop laughing at y'all.
He joined the Chargers immediately off the next game. And went right back home. Like, what you got that cardio for? You learned the playbook for no reason. Man, this should have told you have that guy.
Pray for the Cowboys. Pray for the Cowboys.
Like the Ravens too, bro. Just want to forget about that.
All right, on to the next signing. The Bears had hired Ben Johnson. How much better do you think the Bears are going to be next season with this new hire?
Bro, if you were to ask me, the NFC North is kind of a slugfest.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the better divisions in the NFC, if not the best division.
Well, they got to face
Just because you got to go through the Vikings, you also got to go through the Lions, and you got to go through the Pack. That's not a lot of W's coming out. And if not, you're getting a lot of W's and L's coming with that. And I think it's good for that offense and what they want to build, and then me hearing they bring it out here, this is cool for their defense and all their DBs, so that's really cool. I think it's a step in the right direction, but like, can the Bears keep a head coach? Can the Bears get a quarterback and throw for 3,800 yards? I'm not asking 4,000, 3,500, 25 TDs, maybe, I don't know. So, but Caleb actually, I was kind of mistaken. I can apologize when I'm wrong. Caleb, in my opinion, actually did not disappoint me. He actually did better than what I would expect what he had. And I'm not going to lie, that O-line is still a mess. They still need to build on the O-line.
Forget the receivers. Like, why did y'all rebuild the O-line?
I mean, they tried, but I don't even know if they know what they're doing, really. But so, I'm not even trying to disrespect. I really want to do that, but it's like, it's just funny how the Bears, like, for the last 3 years, just haven't had an O-line. Since the Mitch Trubisky era, we haven't had an O-line. Right? So I can't even ask the Bears to build O-line work. They need to focus on what they do best, defense, and then having an offense with enough eye candy to distract you from what the main plot is. That's the kind of offense I would expect Ben Johnson to bring, especially with Caleb and kind of the tools they have in the doomsday. And you can do a lot with these guys. And I think if you really give the Bears maybe 2 years, 3 years, I think the signing pays off. But right now, nah. But don't move me a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Ben Johnson, great defense, offensive mind. Great offensive mind, but like, man, don't move me. Sorry. It just doesn't move me. Just because I know what the Bears are as an organization. I just know what they bring.
Until the bro walked in and everybody started clapping. I'm like, they treat him like a savior.
That's what they supposed to do.
But they posted it. They put that everywhere. Like, they so all the employees started clapping. I'm like, bro, don't
saving the franchise.
You work at the front desk. Why are you so happy? Like, what are you? But he's going to be a great offensive mind for Caleb. That's going to be, for sure. For Caleb, this was a win. I don't know about the organization is like getting past like their division and going for Caleb's career. Caleb, that's going to be huge for Caleb. 100%. That's all I have to say. That's huge for Caleb, and that was the really right pick because you have what you think is a generational quarterback. Give him the right pieces around him. It starts with the coach.
Oh, sounds good. So on to the last topic of football, and then we can talk about any side topics that you wanted to talk about. So we touched on it a little bit. So for the Eagles and Commanders, you got the Eagles.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeff?
Commanders.
You got the Commanders.
That's nasty. I mean, I feel it though. I mean, I don't know why. I wouldn't even be watching the game. I would be rooting up and crying. Like, if I was Lucy, I'd be rooting.
I don't know how it's going to go, honestly. But I ain't rooting for the Eagles.
That's what can tell me.
I'm hoping for the Commanders.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Okay, and then now we got the Chiefs and the Bills. You think the Bills pulling off the upset?
Chiefs.
Even though I know it's not going to happen, I got to do it. Even though I know it's not going to happen, I got to do it. Okay?
That is crazy. All right, so any subtopics y'all want to touch on when it comes to football?
I'd probably give my season review. I think the league's going through a real interesting transitional phase, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the Pats, was going to win it all. Outside of that, the league's fight to stop him, though, is I'm seeing a lot more teams kind of take more risks. Seeing a lot more teams change how they perceive, like, winning, for sure. Even though it all does come down to the same thing, but a lot more things are, like, kind of, like, not different, but more or less,
is it like a play style thing, or is it
I think it's like I'd say like a play style and roster building. I think it's changing.
Oh, okay. Sure. So like they building rosters to basically counteract the
Chiefs. I think that and we're more or less going into the era where we're building rosters more or less strengthening or building it towards the strength of our players more or less. So it's like we're not just putting guys on rosters and saying he's good at this, that, and the third. We're saying how does his strength complement his scheme? I think we're gonna see that a lot more. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you play football, that's been the mode. But like I think now the Chiefs have shown that wins and creates dynasties. So I think we're gonna see that really take over how the league kind of approaches roster building for sure. And I'm really interested to see. That's why I think we kind of go through an interesting transitional period, especially when we thought running backs were dead and then we got a crazy running back class coming up. I think it should be interesting to see how everything kind of plays out for sure. The Jets suck still. The Giants suck still. My Ravens, we still got a long way to go. Cowboys suck still. The Broncos, I told y'all, but we need Sean Payton, dynamic duo, called that. Jamar Burrow called that. Trying to think, what else did I say this shit that was gonna happen? Neighbors called that. Cowboys suck, and I always call that. I'm gonna drag on
We always get worse.
I feel for them boys, man. Free CD, man. Free CD. Free Dak too, bro. Free Dak. Oh my God.
They don't free him. So.
Free Dak, bro. Yeah, it's time, man.
They don't want to pay
Man, it's so.
They should be.
But yeah,
Definitely follow that.
That's how I feel about the season. The Raiders still suck too. I feel for the Raiders fans.
Man, it's gonna be a tough time for me. That's all. I know.
Steelers. I'm so glad the Steelers. I found the Steelers. I'm so glad I can say this. Y'all are truly who we always thought y'all were. Y'all are content with just being okay, and it's cool. I'm straight with that because we always knew who was the actual peak and the premier team in the division. Just me. But I'm done. That's my.
The Steelers hit at the end. I feel it. All right then. About to move on to basketball. Interesting NBA season. But one thing that's been a common take is